Oh, I see it now.
It's somewhere. Oh, yeah, I don't see it.
I
Oh, there
think
it
it's up in the
is. We're
right-hand
live
corner.
now. We're live now. It says live. It's counting up.
Okay. Good morning. Position your business to excel in 2023. Are you running your business without a business plan? Today, we talk about the advantages and disadvantages of having a business plan in 2023. I believe by the end of this show today, you will see the value in developing a business plan for 2023. Now, today, my guest is a Mr. David Palmer, Coach Palmer, Coach DP3, known as. He has 36 years title industry experience. He's a Pepperdine University graduate who brings tremendous wealth of knowledge and experience to the table. David has been awarded Salesperson of the Year 9 times throughout his career. He has held a number of positions and titles. Excuse me. He has held a number of positions in the title industry, including sales manager and regional sales trainer. One of his greatest attributes is his ability to communicate with business professionals, from experienced top producers to the newest kid on the block. He takes great pride in the number of long term clients and relationships and friends that he has in the business today. In 2013, David launched his organization, DP3 Incorporated, his real estate academy, in which he and his team trains and coaches real estate professionals nationwide. Thank you for joining Mr. David and I for this most important topic. David.
Thank you, Darrill, for having me this morning. First of all, I want to say Happy Real Estate New Year. Welcome, everybody, to all you watching and wherever you're watching from, whether it's YouTube or Instagram. I'm glad you came on. This is a subject that's near and dear to my heart. I've been in this game going on 38 years. And about 35 years ago, I was like most real estate agents as a title professional. I would pretty much just take October, November, and December off, thinking that they weren't important. Nobody's buying, nobody's selling, nobody's doing real estate loans during the holiday. And I remember going to an awards banquet in that following January and listening to all the agents who had made a great sum of money in October, November, and December. And I got to thinking, wait a minute, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't think people were selling real estate. I remember interviewing a few of them, and they told me that they love October, November, and December. That's their best months. Why? They get to finish the year strong. But in our case, they get to launch into 2023. See, I want all my coaching clients, all my clients all over the nation, I want them to have a pipeline full of business going in January. I don't want them to be like the 90% of people who are going to call somebody and say, I need some help. I need to get started. And it's January and they've already forfeited the first quarter.
It's
That's
too
why I say
late.
real estate new year, October 1st. What we do in the next 3 months are going to show up in the first quarter, right? That's why it's so important.
So,
So,
David, if they start in January, it's a little late. They're kind of running behind running behind the truck trying to
You,
get on.
look at it this way, Darryl. If you start this business in January, we know it generally takes 30, 60, 90 days to close a transaction, maybe even to get a transaction. Now you're talking about not cashing a commission check until late February, March, April. I want my clients taking listings, opening up escrows, closing deals, closing loans in January. I want you doing all of that in October, November, and December. That's why
Right,
it's so important to have a business plan. That's why it's
right,
so important to get started now. And I put
right.
down here, I have several questions I wanted to ask the audience. And I'll let you comment on it, Joe, as we go through this list.
All right,
I
all
asked
right.
most of my people, did you start 2022 in October of 2021? Or did you start 2022 in January, February? Right? Most agents started in January, February. I put down here, did you start the year with a business plan?
Well, I thought about starting it with a business plan, you know.
What
I'm like
happened?
I'm like mostly everybody else, it's always in the forefront of my mind to start that way. But I think the key, and I think what you're trying to get to, is to be consistent and really to make it happen, uh, uh, to be more driven to make that happen. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So the other question was, anytime during this year did you even start a plan? See, that's the other question. If you didn't start the year with a business plan, did you make one sometime in the first quarter of this year? And when I talk to a lot of agents, the answer is no to that question, Daryl.
Yeah.
They're just not doing it.
Right, right.
And
I
then when you
agree.
ask them, are you happy with your performance this year? The majority of them will say, what? No, man, I'm not making any money. I'm not closing any deals. I'm not getting any listings. I can't find any qualified buyers. The reason we can't is because we started too late. That's why we start this thing in October. See,
So
anybody
it
on the
sounds like you're saying, David, that we as agents, and I don't look at this just for real estate professionals. I think this kind of relates to all professions.
yes,
We have to be much more intentional about what we want to do, about our success
absolutely.
and our plans.
Absolutely. I mean, if you don't have a plan, where are you going? Right? Where are you going? If you have a plan, you wake up every day going, okay, what am I going to do today? Right? And I told the group earlier this morning, I said, far too many of us have empty real estate days. And an empty real estate day is a day where we don't do anything. And you stack enough empty days up, you're not going to make any money in this business. Or you may close a couple of deals here or there, but you're not going to have the kind of year that a lot of the rock stars, the superstars of this industry, the top, that elite group of realtors are doing. I asked them this question: do you review your goals on a weekly and monthly basis? And that's a tough question, because if you don't have goals, how do you even get to review them? Right? How do
Right,
you get to
right.
review your goals if you don't have any? And the crazy part is, I have a lot of discussions with a lot of brokers, and I'll ask brokers, "Hey, do you have business plan from all your agents?" And they'll say, "No." I say, "Well, do you even have a business plan?" No. Then I'm thinking, if you don't have a business plan, then how do you project what your firm is going to do in the next year? If you don't know what your agents are going to do, how do you know what your brokerage is going to do? Oh yeah, we always seem to make it. Yeah, but at some point, when do you turn your business into an intentional business? I always ask the question, Daryl, are you selling real estate, or are you running a multi-million dollar business? And
Mhm.
most people are just selling real estate.
Right,
They
right,
got no
right,
business, right? Uh,
right.
yeah. The other question is, do you have accountability partners? Do you have people, a coach, a mentor, a business partner that you can break down on a weekly, monthly, quarterly basis what you did or what you didn't do? See, these things are all important. when you look at the top 10% of real estate agents in the nation, in the world, I'll guarantee you 90% of them started with a business plan. They know exactly what they want to get out of this business, right?
Well, having that business plan is kind of like going to the grocery store without a shopping list.
Yeah.
I know many people will go to the grocery store and don't go to
Hey,
Costco without a shopping list because when
hey.
you come out of there, you're going to be done spend half of your commission. I mean,
See,
it's crazy. You
I,
got to have a plan, even
yeah,
going to the store. Yes.
that's crazy because I do that. I go there, I need a couple items. I'm going to spend 50, $60. I leave out there with a grocery cart full of stuff and I spend $300.
Yep.
It's like,
Exactly.
okay, I didn't mean to do this, but without that list, if I had that list, I would have went bang, 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 bang. Okay, I'm out of here. Let's go. I wouldn't be going down every aisle, right? Picking up something on every aisle. And you're right. When you have a business plan, it's like a good GPS system. I put down here, do you think you would benefit from having a plan? Right? A plan. I spoke to the group earlier today, and I'm a big reader. I read a lot. The book I'm reading right now is called The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, one of my favorite books. It says turning simple disciplines into massive success. So this morning on my real estate show, I talked about your philosophy going into the new year. Philosophy being the way you think. What's your thinking? What's your mentality as we move forward? Right? And from that, I told him, I said, you have a choice now. You've heard the information. Shout out to the workbook. You know that the business plan is here. You have a choice. Then you make a decision. Then you take habit. Then you take action to create habits. And then you get your results. So again, when we're talking to everybody here today, and welcome again, the question is, are you going to do the same things you did at the beginning of 2022 for 2023 and get the same results? Are you going to do something different, a different way of thinking? See, this new market we're in, right, Darrill, is shifting, right? It's shifting to a normal real estate market. I gave him this stat this morning, and I said that in 2019, in the United States, single family home sales was 5.25 million. 2022, right now, we're on pace for 5.27 million transactions. That's back to what it was before the pandemic. See, the pandemic was something in 37 plus years I had never seen. Interest rates up, inflation up, home prices up. I never seen all that come together like that. Never seen that many people. You put a listing on the table, and 2 days, 3 days later, you got 20 offers, $100,000 over asking price. We had historical low interest rates. I tell people the last time interest rates were 3%, Darrill, was 1971, 50 plus years ago. That's the last time. And that's not normal. But we had
Right,
abnormal times,
right,
right?
right, right, right.
Right. We had times that we had not seen before. People realized I needed more space. Kids at home, all kind of things were going through people's minds. You understand that the last 2 years, home prices in the United States went up by an average of 30, went up by 35% the last 2 years, 18% in 2021, 16% in the last 10 or 15 years. Until that point in time, the highest sales price increase was, I believe, like 2013 or 14 was like 6.8%. And here the last 2 years, we had 16 plus and 18% home prices. So we were in a changing market, man. It was crazy. So now we're shifting back to a normal market, which means we have to rethink how we're going to do business. We have to get back to that, right? What are you seeing in the market? It's shifting, right?
Oh, most definitely is shifting, and the prices are they're all over the place. I think it's shifting more towards a I don't want to say a buyer's market just yet, but it's on its way. I just opened an escrow actually yesterday, I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. We just opened escrow, and my buyer, uh, the well, he got in, but it's definitely shipped leaning more towards the buyer.
Yeah.
And But you can't say it's a buyer's market just yet
Right.
because
Yes,
we
you
we
can.
still have a bunch of stubborn sellers out there that are trying to get what they were getting 6 months ago. So,
Uh, hey, congratulations on the open escrow. Um,
but what I really appreciate, David, is what you've done. I mean, to take the time to put together a program that some of us independent brokers and agents can use. A lot of this type of information is coming out in some of the larger brokerages. If you're a member of one of the larger brokerages or whatever, they may have a time where they sit down and go over business plans and all of this kind of stuff. But this is really helpful to those independent brokers and those individual uh, agents that need a resource like what you're providing, and I really appreciate it. And that's when we talked, actually we talked about doing this last year, you
right.
know, and then we didn't get to it. So this year it was like, oh no, we're gonna make this happen. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate it, and I think it's going to be really helpful
Right.
uh, to a lot of people.
Well, thank you again. It's crazy that you say a lot of the large brokerages. In June, I did three major office presentations um, to promote my workshop that was last Friday. I went to a Century 21, a Keller Williams, and a Remax. We had a total of about 120 to 130 people combined in all three offices.
Mm,
I asked each office,
nice.
how many of you started this year with a business plan?
What
Darrill,
you
I
get?
was shocked. The brokers were shocked. I don't think in any of the three offices I saw more than three hands go up, three, four hands go up. Every time I looked at the broker, went, we got a problem here. And then I asked, who are the top producers in the office? Who are the top 4 or 5 agents? Those same three or four people raised their hand. So out of 120, 130 people, 10, 12 people raised their hand. They started you with a business plan. And those were the top producers in all the offices. So when you say in the larger offices, right,
Yeah,
they're doing this, they're not doing this. Some of these
yeah.
offices are so big, the broker doesn't have time. The office managers, the mentors, or whoever don't have time to do this. A lot of them don't even know how to do it. So this is for everybody. This is for everybody to have a business plan. Again, I asked the question, are you selling real estate or are you running a multi-million dollar business? You put this booklet out there, you go get this booklet, and it's full of some, here's one page, for example. Being profitable in real estate means knowing your business expenses. What are your monthly expenses? What are your quarterly expenses? What are your yearly expenses? Right? If you don't know those, how do you know how much money you want to make? Here's another quick page. That's the health page. And then here, this page over here, I'm trying to get it right with my camera. This is how much money do you need on a monthly basis? Most people don't even know how much money they need on a monthly basis. I'll ask the person, how much money you want to make? I want to make 100,000. And then we'll go into the numbers and they realize, wow, I need to make 150,000.
So, David, this this booklet that you're speaking of, this workbook that you've put together, is that available?
Yes, it is.
How do I get my hands on a copy or copies for the people that's working in my brokerage?
We failed to realize, we failed to mention we have a third member of this team, Miss Tracy Allen, and she's in the background taking care of some stuff. Tracy, if you can just put up my phone number and my email address when you get a minute. There it is. Crazy, right? The crowd goes
All
crazy.
right.
If you can just put up my name, phone number, and email, you can call me, text me, or email, and I will make sure you get a booklet. Like I said, there it is. Thank you, babe. It's a tremendous booklet. There it is. Phone number 310-505-0458. Email dplumber. All you got to do is send me an email or send me a text. I will reach out and touch you and get you a book. Thank you for asking, Keto in San Diego. But now let's get to some more stuff here. I put down here, a good business plan is like a really good GPS system. It shows you the final destination and usually the best way to get there, right? That's what a good business plan does. It gives you the roadmap to your success. I put down here, this one came from Warren Buffett. He said, planning is the key. An idiot with a plan can beat a genius without a plan. How about that? You know, you can take an average Joe Blow, give him a plan, put him into action, and you can take the smartest person in the world with nothing, and he's gonna get his butt kicked. Right? I put down here, for tomorrow belongs to the people who prepare for it today. Right?
Right.
African proverb. We're preparing today for tomorrow. That's key. And then I put down here from Zig Ziglar, you were born to win, but to be a winner, you must plan to win, prepare to win, and expect to win. That's the key. Planning, 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 planning. Again, it's earlier I talked about your philosophy, how you think. You know, some of my favorite books, Think and Grow Rich, The Magic of Thinking Big, right? Everything starts with how we think. I told the group earlier, moving forward, we have to start thinking differently of this market. We're not in 2020, 2021, or the first 3 months of 2022. We're in a different marketplace. We have to think a little bit different. We have to start the year with a plan, right? So it's crazy. So we got a few minutes left. Let me talk about the 10 reasons why you really need a business plan, right? And I want you to chime in, Darrill, when you get a chance, when you hear something, feel free to jump in and comment. I put down
Right.
10 reasons why you need a business plan. Number one, 90% of all real estate professionals started this year without a business plan. 90%, which means if you have a business plan, if you had started this year with a business plan, you would probably be in the top 10% of money earners because you had a
David, that's like something I heard you, somebody on your morning show say. That's like trying to go to LA, using a San Diego road map. Is You're not going to get there.
not going to get there.
You definitely have to put that plan together.
Yeah, I always use the analogy of you're in LA and you want to go to Las Vegas. You've never been to Las Vegas. You've never driven to Las Vegas before, and you just get in your car and you drive.
Right.
And you may get there, but chances are you'll never get there. Whereas if you put your GPS in there, Las Vegas, Nevada, it's going to give you a roadmap. The left turn, the right turn, keep going straight for 20 miles, make it right here, exit here. You're going to have this game plan, this roadmap to success, this blueprint, what I like to call a foundation of your real estate business in a book like this, right? I put number two, a business plan proves that you're serious about your business. That's a deep one.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
people are serious about their business, but when you
Big
take
time.
time, when you take a week or two to sit down and put together a plan, and this plan, like we talk about everything. I mean, the powerful methods, your powerful real estate system, how are you going to implement these systems? Are you going to be a door knocker, a cold caller? Are you going to be an email or social media or ringless voicemail? We talk about that. And then who are you going to target? Who's your target audience? Is it a geographic farm? Is it for sale by owners? Is it expires? Is it your database? Is it probate attorneys? You got to know. So when you put this on paper, saying this is how my business is going to be run, you're now taking it seriously. You're now not selling real estate. You're running a business with a plan of attack on how you want to prospect and who you want to prospect to. So important. Most people, they do some stuff, but they don't do enough stuff, right? I put down number three. It will help you steer your business as you start and as you grow. Again, you need a plan. You need a starting point. You need an ending point. You need benchmarks along the way. You know, what I want my business to look like at the end of the first quarter, what I want my business to look like at the end of the second quarter, how much money do I want to make at the end of the third quarter, how many listings do I want to take every month, how many phone calls do I have to make, how much marketing material do I need to put out, what's my budget, right? It's going to steer your business. Again, most people don't have a business plan, they don't have a model. They're just selling real estate. My friend will call me and ask me if I'm still in the business. Yes. Haven't been to the office in 6 months, haven't paid your MLS, your board fees. But soon as someone calls, you're real interested in real estate. Whereas, that's what's happening out there. Versus saying, you know what? I have this saying, you suit up, you show up, you step up, you go to work, and you take massive action every day. This will get you a high 6 or 7 figure income just by showing up for work. I always use the illustration of if Darrill worked for, say, he worked for Southwest Airlines, and he was working in a baggage claim. He would go there 5, 6 days a week. He would put in his 8, 9, 10 hours a day, and every 2 weeks he would get a paycheck because he traded hours for income, time for money. Well, in real estate, you can do the same thing. How about showing up every day and putting in a solid 8 to 10 hours? Every day, putting 8 to 10 hours in your business. And you will generate 1 or 2 or 3 checks every month by showing up. I have a thing I call a listing club, and we meet every Friday. It's a membership club we have, and I got 10 or 11 top agents in there. They invest $179 a month. And the other day we were talking about this individual. He's a commercial broker for Marcus and Millichek, made $8 million. And they said, well, how do you make $8 million? He said, I prospect on the phone every day from 9 to 5, unless I have appointments. But I don't have anything else to do. I am prospecting every day from 9 to 5. That's crazy. But
Right,
you
right.
get results. And I ask the question all the time, how much prospecting and marketing are you doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? Right? And that's an important question. That tells me, that tells you, which is the most important person, where your business is. Right? Where your business is.
David, a lot of people don't know that you don't necessarily have to sit down and I mean you should tailor your life around everything you do should be a prospect. I mean, you should when you go to the grocery store, when I'm pumping gas at the filling station, I'm talking to the guy next to me, about, real estate and his needs or whatever. So it gets to a point that once you put a plan in place and once you practice those plans, that it just becomes second nature. Everything you do, is a prospecting opportunity.
Everything.
Y-
Everywhere you go. Everywhere you go. Gas station, cleaners, laundromat, baseball game,
Yeah,
go to
yeah.
the movie theater, go out to eat, go to work, wherever you go, taking a walk and you see some neighbors, walking in your geographic farm. Everywhere you go is prospecting. I always think church. Tracy put up here church. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right, right, right. It's funny how many people are really scared to talk to a sphere of influence. They rather talk to a stranger than talk to a sphere of influence. I don't get that, but they do. So number four, I put down here, it will help you to set and reach your real estate business milestones, right? If you say, I want to do 2 listings every month so I can end up with 24 plus listings this year. You know, at the end of 30 days, did I do 2 listings? Did I get my 2 listings? At the end of the quarter, did I get my 6 listings for the quarter? Maybe I got 1 in January, 3 in February, 2 in March, but I got my 6 listings for the quarter. All right. It helps you to set milestones. I want to earn 175,000, which will be the best year I've ever had in real estate. And how do I have to do that? You have to do that by closing, for example, 7, 8 deals, or closing $8.5 million in real estate sales at 2.5%, 3%. This is all in the book. How to figure this stuff out. So again, it helps you to reach your real estate milestones. Number 5, I put down here, business planning is proven to help you grow your business 15 to 30% every year. How would you like your business grow? How would you like your income to increase by 15 to 30% every year faster? That would help you beat inflation. Inflation is at 9%. You're increasing your business by 15, 20, 30%, right? A lot of people are adjusting right now. I have this thing where I say, you're either going to cut your expenses, earn more money, or do a combination of all three. And on my real estate show, which I do every Saturday, which Darrill has been coming on for the last 2 or 3 months. Thank you, sir. I've been telling my group, you need to get a hold of your finances, get disciplined, get your financial house in order, because when this market turns, and back then we didn't know when it was going to turn, but we knew it was going to turn. When it turns, those who don't have their financial house in order will be running to find a job. Those who have their bills under control and multiple streams of income and doing business will not have to worry about this market. I always say, I don't care what's happening, 37 years, I don't care what's happening in the real estate market. The cream of the crop, the top 10% are going to earn income. They do not care what's going on in the market. Most of my top agents love this market because they realize that 50% of this market will be out of here in 6 months. It's too difficult now. You got to work now. How about that? You got to work now.
Yeah.
They don't want to work. They don't want to get out there and knock on doors. They don't want to invest the money. But you got to work now. So the top agents love this, right? What are your thoughts on that, D?
I totally agree. And thinking about uh, the business plan, I think a lot of us will feel like they don't have the time to sit down and do a business plan. Well, the way I look at it is you don't have the time not to do a business plan, because it's like when you get in your car and you want to go someplace, and back to your GPS analogy, sometimes you just take off without putting the without programming the GPS. you know you get there, but it takes you a lot longer, even though it might take you maybe 5 minutes to program that GPS before you leave your block, you know. But when you put the program in, you that 5 minutes can save you an hour, a half an hour to an hour on the road. So yeah, you need to sit down, you need to go through this booklet, and you need to be intentional about putting together the plan, because yeah, it's going to take you, it might take you a day or a couple of days to do all
Week.
of the to do all the groundwork,
Yeah.
you know. But once you get it done, you're going to be up and running so much smoother and so much faster that, you
Yeah.
know, it really makes a difference.
Yeah. I tell you, the financial part of the workbook is the part that drives everybody, because I have a part in here where I ask you, what is your net worth, right?
Right,
Um,
right, right.
all right, like right there, it says, what is your current net worth? And so when people do that, they're freaked out because got a lot of people who've been working for 20, 30 years. Um, and then they look up and they're not even worth $20,000, but they don't even have $10,000, and they're thinking, yes, the answer to that question, Tracy, is yes. Will you have online workshops as well? Yeah, I do workshops every Saturday morning. If you reach out to me, I'll give you the link. Darrill comes on every Saturday practically, so he knows what it's all about. But we do have workshops um, where we do all of this stuff.
And
Um,
also, let me interject. We have been trying to plan a workshop here in San Diego soon. We're still working on the details, but we want to make that happen within the month of October, actually, because this is David's favorite month to do all of these kind of things. So we're trying to find a location and try to put together a in-person workshop here in San Diego for the agents and business people here.
to do a live workshop thing. Yeah, so yeah, we can put it together. I mean, even we have to wait till the first week in November, as long as
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
getting done. As long as we can get it done, because it's so important. I always tell people, you do not want to be sitting here in September of 2023 going woulda, shoulda, coulda.
So, Tracy, if you could put uh, that link up where people could get a copy of that workbook, because when we do get this together, if you get an advanced copy of this workbook and you do still decide to come to the workshop, you know, then you'll have it all filled out and you're all ready to go. Then you can just ask questions, and maybe we could clear up questions that you might have. So I always like to have it in advance. I always like to get started, so I can take my time and go through it and get all of my questions and my challenges out of the way. And then when I see that person in person, you'll be face to face with DP3, he can clear up any questions or comments that you might have.
Thank you for that, Daryl. I'll just tell you, it was funny at the workshop last Friday, which was September the 23rd. I had one of my business partners, and I've been doing business with him for 7 years. And he had never seen me do a live workshop. At the first intermission, he pulled me to the side and said, "Oh my God, David, I did not know." What do you mean you didn't know? He said, "No, dude, what you do on Zoom, what you do on Melon app, what you do is nothing." He said, "You blew us away." He said, "This thing should have 500,000 people here today." The energy and the passion. And that's what I'm all about: energy, passion, purpose. I drive my business based on 5 E's. And so those 5 E's are entertain. I have fun with this. I have a lot of fun with this business. Educate, empower, encourage, and elevate realtists. That's what I do. And so when I'm on a live stage, so if you get me in person, man, you're gonna walk out there on cloud nine. So if you have an opportunity to see me, and I'm not bragging or boasting, I just know what I bring to the table. I just know what others have told me. So if you got an opportunity to be at that workshop in San Diego, I don't care if you're driving from the Inland Empire, Anaheim. I don't do this workshop that often. As a matter of fact, I was with the listing club yesterday. We're taking this workshop on the road next year. We're going to do a 2 day, because the one thing they said, we need more time. We're going to do a 2 day in Las Vegas, because everybody at that workshop just, they were blown away. And so, like I said, if we get a chance to do this in San Diego, tell your family, tell your friends. This is just not a real estate workbook, man. We talk about your finances, we talk about your health, we talk about your family, we talk about your retirement, we talk about what all that stuff looks like for a real estate professional. And most real estate agents don't have a retirement. They don't have a
Exactly,
401k.
exactly.
So how are you going to retire? You don't have any money. So we talk about all that. I put down here number 6. It's a solid foundation for strategic prospecting, planning, and prioritizing your business. Number 7, The business plan provides you with the best chance of having success in your business. Let me say that again. Provides you with the best chance of having success in your business. That's what the business plan does. Number 8, it determines the success of your business. When you have a business plan, at the end of the year, you go, I was really successful. If you don't have a business plan, you go, I was okay. I made some money. Again, you don't need a business plan to make money in real estate. But if you're serious about your business and you want to make this your career, if it's not already your career, and you want to establish yourself as one of the top agents in the San Diego area, Anaheim, SoCal, wherever you're from. I mean, it could be anywhere down south, up north. It doesn't matter. If you want to establish yourself as one of the best, you start with a plan. You know, in that, and I keep going back to the workbook. I tell you, the third page talks about the big why, your purpose and your vision. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Why, why are you paying this kind of price? All the rejection and the no's and the failure and the fear of this and the fear of that. Why are you doing all that? Something's got to drive you inside. What is it? Can't be just money because you can go anywhere and earn some money. Why do you want to do this? Right? I put down number 9. Will allow you to put, this is so important, will allow you to put urgency in your business. It's going to allow you to put urgency in your business. Right now, we just, okay, if I do something, fine. If I don't. If every day you have a plan and it costs for you to work 5 days a week and it costs for you to make 100 phone calls or knock on 200 doors or pass out 100 postcards or send out social media posts or emails or text blasts, if it costs for you to do that, you got to get up and do it. That's urgency. That's the plan you created. Remember, philosophy, choice, decision, action, habit, results. That's what this is all about. And then number 10, I put here, in a shifting real estate market, you need a new business action, a new daily plan of attack, a new way to look at this. What you did the last 2.5 years won't work in today's market. You're not putting a listing in the MLS and having 20 offers in 4 days. It's not happening. On my real estate show, I showed how the average time on market for a home is now at almost 40 to 60 days, 45 to 60 days. Back in 2021, 67% of homes were selling in 10 days or less. That's not happening anymore. It can still happen, here or there. There's an outlier home here or there. But for the most part, we got to have a new plan, a new action plan, a new business plan, right? And I think we got a few minutes left, right?
So, David, I wanted to say is, I think one of the most important or people that need a business plan in place is that part-time agent, because those agents, I mean, you have to structure your time and your purpose for doing business. You have to be so critical. You have to have a plan in place so that you can. When I was working, I was working in Oceanside. I had listings and showings in San Diego. I'd have to jump out of work and run all the way down to San Diego to show a property or open up a door or something. So I had to kind of have a plan in place to be able to do that. And so I think that a lot of the agents that have other jobs, because you got to survive,
Yep.
so you have to really be intentional, and you have to really think about getting your plan in place so that you are more flexible and able to tackle situations as they come up. So
Right.
uh, this is perfect for those agents and those businesses that are, you know, the part-time employee, part-time agents, such as
Right.
that.
You make a great point. As a matter of fact, most part-time agents, because they're generally working 10 to 6, 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whatever it is, 5, 6 days a week, they don't ever get trained. They don't ever have any interactions with the broker, the office manager, other top agents. I'm one of the few coaches out there who have a program for part-time agents. Every Thursday evening from 6 to 7:30, I do a 100-day fast start program for part-time agents. And we talk about their needs. They have big needs. A lot of them, because they don't get an opportunity to go to office meetings, they just don't know a lot. They don't know. I mean, we're working on listing presentations. We're working on buyer presentations. We're doing script rehearsals because they don't have an opportunity to do that because they're working and they want to do real estate. I always tell a part-time agent in their business plan, because they have to do a business plan with me. I want an exit date for when they're going to leave their job and go full-time in real estate. And what I haven't put, what does that look like? And some people say, I really don't want to leave my job. I like what I do. Okay, I understand that. I'm not going to knock that. If you really like what you do, why are you doing real estate? And say, well, I need the money. So you like what you do, but you're not earning any money. Exactly. So, but I'm one of the few that have built a course for part-time agents. What does geographic farming look like when you're working from 9 to 5? And here's the crazy part. We're about to head, and I talked about this the last couple of months, we're about to lose 4 hours of sunlight on November 6th when daylight savings time hits. So a lot of part-timers are going to go by the wayside, but not my group, because we're dealing with this now. We're putting our systems and our methods on paper now. So when daylight savings hits and they know they can't go show a piece of property at 5 o'clock or 6 o'clock anymore, or they can't go walk their farm after they get off work, what are we going to do differently? A different way of thinking moving forward, right? So again, and you said part-time, everybody needs a business plan. If you're serious about this business, you need a business plan. I don't care if you only want to make $50,000. Excuse me. I don't care if you only make $50,000. You need to have a business plan, right? But again,
Right.
it's up to you. You're either selling real estate or you're running a multi-million-dollar business, right? That's what you're doing,
Correct.
right? So the last part, Gerald, I want to go over is the 8 key components that make up a really good business plan. And I've been showing you a little bit of the book, but here's the 8 things that you get. You start a purpose in a why page. Why are you doing this? And it's got to be more about money. So it's in there. It's not about money. It's about all kind of other stuff. I have a page. You saw part of it. Your personal and your business expenses. Plus, what's your budget? How much money do you need to run your business? There's a review page of the previous year. There's a new year business plan. What do you want the new year to look like? There's an action plan attached, a 3 and 6 month action plan, steps you need to take to start implementing and getting the things you want. Number 6 says there's an accountability and review and adjustment page where we look at where we are and we review. Some people review every day. I'm one who reviews every day. I call it my scoreboard. At the end of the day, I have a scoreboard. And it lets me know how many calls did I make, how many conversations did I have, how much money did I earn today, how many new clients did I get, how many repeat business did I get. I have a scoreboard. It's my personal scoreboard, right? That I just keep for myself. Number 7, you need a coach. I mean, you really need a coach. Everybody, I have 2 coaches. Everybody needs a coach. You need that individual you can have a conversation with on an individual basis, who's in your corner, who wants to see you get ahead. And it's amazing when you pay your coach, it's something about making that payment every month. They say, I got to go to work. It's something about knowing I'm going to have a conversation with my coach on Tuesday and Friday. And if I'm not performing, he's going to kick me in the butt. If I'm doing a tremendous job, he's going to put his arm around me and embrace me and pump me up to do more. But one of the main things, and the last thing I'll put here, of a good business plan is the methods and the systems. How are you going to prospect and market your business, and who are you going to target? You need an audience, right? You need a huge audience, and your audience needs to hear from you. So your business needs attention. Any thoughts, D?
I would just like to add to that.
Oh,
You also would need a team, and I don't know if people realize that they have a team already around them. You know, you have your wife, you have your children, you have people that can uh, cheer you on, walking around the neighborhood. My wife is probably one of my best referrers. I mean, you know, she comes home and tells me about, oh, so and so is thinking about a home. You have a lot of you have kids that are playing football or whatever. They can, promote you at the games, or you could show up at the games and promote yourself, you know, or, you know, there's just, you have to have a team as well. And, but I absolutely agree that this business plan is important, and you need to be very intentional. And at first, when you first start out, it's going to seem kind of weird, maybe a little uncomfortable, but the more you do
it
it, the
is.
better you get. And it just takes over and becomes autopilot. You know, it's you just do it and not even think about it. So
Right.
yeah.
That's the key, creating that habit. That 30, 60. I know they say it takes 30 days to create a habit. Buddha says it takes 60 days to create a habit. And David Plummer said, I need to see you do it for 90 days. I want a whole quarter of you doing it to get it locked in, right?
Right.
That's what I tell people. But again, it's a great book. People love it. Like I said, 59 bucks. Just you can call me, you can email me. I'll reach it out to you. I'll have you. It's being I should have my digital version. I'm doing two digital versions um, by Monday or Tuesday. But I just like the workbook. Personally, I would get the workbook. I wouldn't even get the digital. I would get the workbook. So, but again, man, I'm excited. I'm excited for this new year. I know a lot of people are struggling with this new market, and I'm saying, man, if you just do what you're supposed to do, it's crazy. Can I just give another shout out to Miss Tracy Allen? Tracy's running a flawless producer show for us, and we would not be here without her. This thing, look at her, she's working the screen, chat's going. You go, girl. As a matter of fact, you should put your picture up so everybody can see what you look like, because you're doing your thing, girl. And I just wanted to give you your shout out because Darrill and I, we couldn't do this without you.
Oh, no way, no way. You
And
know, that's why I went to Tracy. I mean, when I first met Tracy, she was, I mean, very professional. And then, you know, we had a conversation, and Tracy is uh ex-Navy, you know, and I'm a retired Navy, and I know
thank you
what
for your
kind of
service, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you.
I know what kind of product and comes out of that branch of service. And you know, so I've been on her back trying to, hey Tracy, we need to hook up and make something happen, because I just knew the quality of it would be real first rate.
Right.
I really appreciate her. Thank you, Tracy.
It's crazy. I met Tracy maybe 8 to 10 years ago at a Les Brown training event. Um, I was um, I was mentored by Les Brown. He used to use me for his real estate guy. Whenever he had something on the West Coast and he needed real estate, he called me, Coach, I need to see you. I'm doing this big event in San Diego for Coldwell Banker. I'm doing this event in LA. I'm doing this thing in Las Vegas. I need some tips. I need you to talk to me. So that's where I first met Tracy, and then we had talked a couple of times. We really never did anything. And then it was weird when Darrill said, "We're going to do a three-way with Tracy Allen." I'm thinking, I know a Tracy Allen in San Diego. I haven't seen her. And then when I saw her, I went, "Oh, that's Tracy. She's as good as she's ever looked, and she's overcome some things." So My hat's off to you, young lady. My hat's off to you. And I will definitely. We need to talk so I can. I need to have you do some stuff for me also. So do some other things. But man, I'm excited. Is there any other questions in the chat? Is there any final comments, Darrill, you want to throw out there?
I'm not seeing the chat.
Well, I know I
Let's
got it. I see it. As, um, oh, I want to thank Keto for her. I guess Keto, is that male or female? It could go either way. Don't mean to disrespect anybody, but thank you for the comment. Powerful. I really appreciate it. You got my number. Reach out to me. Give me a call. Let's talk. Man, I love coaching agents. I love watching them grow. Um, I love watching them earn money. I don't say make money. I say earn money because we got to go out there and earn our money. We got to go out there and get it, right?
right.
Not to be given to us. With that said, I don't know if there's anything else.
So just for me to kind of wrap things up, I want to say well, thank you to David because I think you well hit this out of the ballpark. Uh,
Thank you.
it's an excellent topic. It's definitely needed. I want to thank Tracy once again for her
Mhm.
professionalism and just for helping us get through this. I wanna thank you all for jumping on the program, and we're gonna do this. Planning on doing this maybe more in the future. I won't say put a date out there just yet because I'm still working on that. But this platform we're gonna use more, and I'm gonna have more experts like David to share their knowledge and to help you grow your businesses. So I really appreciate your time, and I know I don't hope I know everybody that got on here got something out of here that they can use. And if anything, you need to create your business plan and get with David to help you do that, and so that we can be successful next year. Now, we need to have David. What we need to do is we need to get these people that do make a business plan. We need to get some statistics so that we can promote who made a business plan and how effective it was for
Hmm.
helping them make money next year. So
Right.
I think we need to do that as well. So hats off to you, Mr. David, Mr. DP3. Thank you so much. And I don't know. I think we're just about out of time.
Yeah. Less than two
So
minutes.
uh,
There's the horn.
and that's perfect. I mean, normally on my Zoom calls and my meetings and stuff, we're either running over or we're running late. Everything was perfect and on time. So
That's
thanks
because
once
of
again.
Tracy.
Yes, yes, sir.
We just followed her lead.
That's right. You didn't tell her about that whip. Tell us about that whip she was cracking in the back, did you, David? She kept us on track. Yeah.
She kept
Thank
us
you,
on
Tracy.
track. Thank you, Tracy. That's funny. All right, we're winding down. All right, Big D.
All right.
You can shut us down, Trace.